All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Come again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely early morning in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming with a message, and I'm titling this message The Bottomless Pit. The Bottomless Pit. I want to first start off by saying I'm going to open up the comment because I want to see and hear from others regarding uh, the fallen angels. I need you to help Sister Deborah understand where is these fallen angels coming from. The Ruach, which is the spirit of the Most High Yah, has never taught me in the wilderness anything about the fallen angels. Uh, and because he has not taught me it, I believe it's found somewhere else in which it was or is created. So I'm going to open up my comment uh, board just to hear what one might say uh, it can be found. I, I'm really eager to hear what one would say that the fallen angels, where did they come from? Uh, where are they and how did they get here and who said it? And I need to know that because throughout time, the Spirit has taught me many, 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 many things. And if the Spirit has not led me to the understanding out of the wilderness, because that's my class, that's where I go to learn, when He's teaching me, he has taught me, never did the Spirit of Yah teach me that there are fallen angels. Okay? Now, let me explain. I will say he taught me in Genesis chapter 3 and 15 that there's going to be a seed of the woman and a seed of the serpent. And the way the Ruach taught me was Satan's going to have seeds that's going to come down by the power, the will, the plan of Yah. This is not Satan doing this. This is Yah. He's sending them down through the seed of a man. In a sense, he's sending the seed down through the, I would say, the sperm of a man. Okay? And he's sending them down. Satan gonna have his seed, and Yah gonna have his seed. He explained to me throughout the instructions and direction book, he set everything up so that we can understand it as a seed. Okay? So even the parables of the seed, okay? The example of me understanding the seed from Genesis 3 to 15 was Cain, the seed of the serpent, and Abel, the spiritual seed. This is the reason why it didn't say Adam knew Eve and conceived Abel. It just says she buried him. So Genesis 3 and 15 is where the Father is saying that those that are coming down from heavens itself are going to be set up, either the spiritual seed or the serpent seed. That is it. Angels just can't fall onto the earth when they get ready. Angels just can't come down here and have that type of power. So I want someone to just give me a little something of where these people are getting this from. Even when I Google fallen angels, first thing it says in the Bible, it cannot be found. But it categorized the sons of Yah as the fallen angels. And they are not the fallen angels, you guys. They were the servants of Yah that comes down here. That's why when you hear him say that I shall not always strive with man, for he is what? Flesh as well. That striving meaning turmoil with him and keep begging him not to. He's not going to do that. Why? Because they were flesh, but they came as a spiritual seed. That's what he was saying about the sons of Yah. They were flesh that come down to represent the spiritual seed. And by people not understanding what took place, what drew the spiritual mind of a creator to start a world and destroy it with the blink of an eye. After all that creating, you destroy it within a blink of an eye. No time, just come and go. It's when the sons of Yah, they came down as servants of Yah. They're all coming down in the flesh. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. I need someone to really give me some sort of input on where and how the flesh of men. I know how the flesh of men. So that's it. That's the answer. The flesh. Because I'm trying to understand where this fallen angels are coming from. So in the book of Genesis chapter 6, and it came to pass. Now, when it said it came to pass, it's showing you what was taking place, what was going on during this time. When the men, now when it's talking about the men, guess what? It's talking about the flesh. He that is born of the flesh. And this is what you all missed. Because you all thought that you can tag the sons of Yah and make them the fallen angels. And nowhere in your instruction books from Genesis to Revelation does it title the sons of Yah as the fallen angels. But because they couldn't find that which they deceived people regarding the fallen angels, they just detached the sons of Yah to be the fallen angels. You all had it wrong. The sons of Yah. The sons of Yah. How do we get the fallen angels out of the sons of Yah? You know how you got it? In Genesis chapter 6, verse 1, it came to pass when the men, you allowed the men that was born of the flesh to escape, and you put it on the sons of Yah. When the Father Yah taught me Genesis chapter 1, and it blew my mind to realize that how can a whole creation from four corners all come on one accord with the biggest lies from the beginning? And if it's lies told from the beginning, then you know what it is today. Because the mystery is given to the prophets to share. Not your pastors, not your apostles, not your priests, not your bishops, but the prophets has the ability to bring forth the mystery in a way that the mystery has been hidden since the beginning of time. But only one can bring them forth is the prophets of the Most High Yah. So as I go into Genesis chapter 6, being taught from the wilderness, I am in full understanding that the purpose of Yah destroying everything came about in the first verse. That was the main reason. And then he said from the first verse, Genesis chapter 6, verse 1, then you drop down to Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. Now let me read it to you. In Genesis chapter 6, verse 1, and it came to pass when the men of the flesh began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Right there, you see the mindset then as you see today with men. Same thing. Men don't understand that these were like talents, tokens that he put in your womb. And you were to make them see you as an example of a head, a leader, a righteous man, a just man, an upright. But what they were doing, soon as their daughters were born, they get from what the Father was teaching me from the wilderness, a lot of them wasn't even women. They hadn't even hit their cycles. So that's what the Spirit was teaching me. And that's why he say, when you read it, you'll see the word born. See, because there would really be no reason to put the word born unless they were having so many and they were young to where they were. See, they decide to adopt females as wealth, money. They are to work like either a slave and you sell them for money. Where do you see that in Genesis 1 and 2. He never told that even to Adam, nor did he tell that to Eve. You see? But this is what Genesis 6, verse 1 did. And it came to pass when these men was the reason why the Father in the world. Why? Listen to this. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5. And Yah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination thought of his heart was only evil continually. So which of these men are they speaking of? You have to take it back to the first verse. You can't drop it down to the second verse, because when you drop it down to the second verse, you lose out of the real reason. The first and foremost reason was the men of flesh was selling their daughters off. And when the sons of Yah saw what the men of the flesh was doing, they decided that they took wives of all which they chose. Now, when they chose these wives, a lot of them weren't even up to age. Back in that day, you had to give the men funds to take their daughters. So when verse 2 poured in, after the sin and the wickedness of verse 1, which is the men, it didn't even have anything to do with the daughters, because the Father wanted me to see the word born. Born was a word to show you that these young girls was not up to age, because at any time it should have said. And it came to pass when the men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and they began and on the earth, and they had daughters. Period. Then it would lead you to understand daughters, meaning, okay, their daughters might become young women or whatever. But it wanted you to know, and the daughters were born unto them, as if they were having children. And these young girls wasn't up to age. I'm sure there were some. And this is why he stepped into verse 2. That the sons of Yah are those who has been appointed and anointed to come down to represent Yah as his sons. As exactly what it says. It didn't say they fallen. It didn't say they are angels. It says they are sons of Yah. So their mission was to come down to serve as representing Yah. They were his sons. Listen to this. When they saw what the daughters of men, when they saw the daughters of men, it wasn't the choice of the daughters. It was the choice and the wicked of men that were selling them off, as many as they have and as many as they please. The flesh of man was selling their flesh daughters to the sons of Yah. Those are not fallen angels. All the way through the book, it tells you the sons of Yah, the sons of Yah. It even told you in Job, chapter 1, when the sons of Yah was with Yah, meeting with him, And who came on the scene? Satan. Verse 2 of Job. When the sons of Yah was meeting with who? Yah. Who came on the scene? Satan. So the sons of Yah never, ever, ever been fallen angels. They were servants of the Most High Yah. Anybody turn around and claim that the sons of Yah were the fallen angels or the seed of Satan. The sons of Yah is exactly what it says. Okay? Then it says, the sons of Yah saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So what were the men doing? These were fleshly men selling, prostituting, and selling their daughters like cattle. And then verse 3, and Yah said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. And what is he meaning? Why? What did he say? For that he also is flesh. Okay? What he's saying is the sons of men come down in the flesh, that they are the seed. They are the seed of the spirit. But this is what he says. But my spirit shall not always strive with man, because for that he is also flesh. He letting you know I strive with the spirit realm of it, because they are my sons. But I'm not going to strive with the flesh part of them. My spirit is not going to strive, because I'm not going to be, and striving means turmoil with them, for they are flesh. He was right there telling you the sons of man come down here in the fleshly body, and they're representing my spirit. But I'm not going to turmoil with them, because they are flesh too. Are they my spirit? Yes, but they are flesh too. And that's what got them. When they saw the wicked and sin of the flesh of men, they too took on what the flesh of men was selling, prostituting, sex trafficking, and selling their daughter like cattle. And the father is looking at this situation and saying, okay, the ones I sent down here already, I'm not going to turmoil with them. I'm going to have to cut this off and start this thing over again. Why? Because those that came down as the sons of Yah had already got detached to the ways of the flesh of men and their daughters. It wasn't that it was the daughters. It was the men and what they were doing to their daughters. And then when you look if you look at the word born, that was unnecessary. It's just giving you a little kick that they was having all these daughters. And a lot of them went up to age. But it didn't matter. See, that's what y'all don't understand. When you're taught by the Spirit, he breaks that thing down, because these are words. But he that is spirit and truth, he come to break the truth of the whole matter of your words. No matter how you smear it up and smear it down, that spirit of Yah comes to teach you all things in the order in which it was founded under his will. Okay? So I wanted to get that put out there first, because the whole Genesis 6 has been totally throat cutting, a lie. The sons of Yah was the servants of Yah that he came down to represent Yah. Just as when he was meeting with them in Job chapter 1, and he was meeting with them, the sons of Yah, in Job chapter 2. I got about 20 verses where he was dealing with the sons of Yah as if they were not, and they were the seed of the Spirit. So that's why you hear a lot of times when he said, either you're born of the flesh or you're born of the Spirit. So when you see Genesis 6, you don't understand. The first verse tells the whole story. And that was the flesh. The men represent the flesh, and their daughters represent the flesh. And they were selling their daughter's fleshly body off to the sons of Yah. All this about this fallen angel, y'all been lying since the beginning of time. And another thing, let's go there. Okay, so when you see Genesis 6, you see where Genesis 6 and verse 5, and Yah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination, thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. It wasn't telling you about their mothers. It wasn't talking about anything outside of what you see today. Sex trafficking, men walking away from their daughters instead of being the example and raising their children and showing them the example of righteous, upright, and just. They walk away and they give them to the world. Now, what do you mean by that, Deborah? Let me explain. Let's go to Matthew's. Let's go to Matthew's 24. In the book of Matthew's 24 and verse 36, this shows you that they have lied. They have lied, and you all have lied for them. Because this shows you, it's clearly seen. When people tell you that the sons of Yah are fallen angels, and that the fallen angels came to the earth and married the sons, the daughters of man. You forgot the daughters of man that was being multiplied. They were multiplying. The son of the men were multiplying. That was flesh, y'all. The daughters were representing flesh, and the men that were selling their daughters were representing flesh. That's what they were doing. A fleshly, sick mind thing. It had no detachment to the sons of Yah outside. He announced that he's not going to turmoil with them, which is strife, because they are flesh too, meaning they're going to do the things that's also evil because they're flesh too. But they are, he's trying to let you know, flesh too. But who are they outside the flesh too? They are the spiritual seed. That's why he said, because they are flesh too. And that's why he said, my spirit will not always strive, mean turmoil with them, because they are flesh too. The sons of Yah came down in the flesh, but their spirit was to represent Yah. But they got caught up in the part of them that was the flesh. And they took on what they saw the flesh of men doing with the flesh of their daughters. And the flesh of the men were giving them as many as they desire, as if they were sex trafficking and also prostituting and selling off their daughters like cattle. That is no scripture in no book ever tells these men not to be liable for their daughters and their sons. If he say train up a child in a way that he should go, then when he get old, he will not depart. Are you saying he only told you to train up the sons and sell off your daughters to get money? When that's why he said every imagination of their thoughts were wicked and evil continually. Deborah, I'm going to shut her down. Y'all didn't get it. Because now one of you wait for the Ruach to teach you. You think you are here to teach the Ruach, and you don't know how dangerous that is and how wrong you are. That's what you are. When you think that you the head over something and you to teach him by interpreting this book the improper way. It shows that you all out there do not have the true teacher that was promised to come to teach us all things, which is the Spirit of the Creator. You can't have it when you can't comprehend him teaching you the basic. The Father said they're getting away with lying about fallen angels. He said there ain't no fallen angels. Take them there. So let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and 36. I'm going to show you, just like I told you in Genesis, how they had that power. When he was speaking, he talked to his power, how they had all that wrong. Listen to this. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 36. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 36 through 39. Verse 36 says, but of that day and hour, no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but the Father only. 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Now watch this here. For as in the days that there were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage. That's showing you they were selling, being sold out. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Where did it tell you anything about a fallen angel? If Yeshua is coming on the scene and he's trying to bump off what took place back in the days of Noah, why didn't he justify, clarify, nor identify giants and fallen angels? It's been a big lie, y'all. A great big lie. And I think it's really sad. But the Father said, don't call it sad, Deborah. Don't call it sad. Let them be sad. But don't call it sad. Because I allow them. Because they have to be the seed of the serpent if they teach him such a great lie, when it plainly tells them what the issue was in Genesis 6 verse 1, in Genesis 6 and verse 5. And that's how my angels came down. I sunk them down as the son of Yah, and they got off path because the flesh of man was selling their fleshly daughters. And they saw it and desired it. I had to end it. And that's what it was all about. So the Father wants me to say to you, which one of you all out there can pinpoint in Matthew 24, and let me go over it again. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. And as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until the day of Noah, that Noah entered into the ark. Verse 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man. And this is what he's telling me now while I'm reading that. He said that's how they're going to lose their lives. Because they're going to carry the lie all the way to their very end. Deborah, they're going to carry the lie all the way to the very end. Here is Yeshua coming on the scene, thousands of years later, giving up us a preview of how the Son of Man is going to come. You see? And when he comes, it's going to be like the days of Noah. It's telling you exactly what they were doing back in the days of Noah. We overlooked it. We threw it away. We will not cause it to look into Genesis 6. Pour Genesis 6 in verse 1, compare it to here, and then you'll find out that the main issue for the destroyed was the fact that the flesh of man had gotten such a victory out of the sons of Yah by selling them their fleshly daughters as prostitution, sex trafficking, and that's what you see today. You see? You see that? And it covers it here by saying marrying and giving in marriage, like giving them no choice. You just going to be given to someone to marry. That's what they were doing back then. And so are they going to be doing in this days and days to come. So what I want to say to you all, where did Yeshua tell you? Back in them days, the fallen angels. Back in them days, the giants. There wasn't giants. These people don't understand. Fallen angels is not giants. And giants is not fallen angels. I believe that there is so much demonic on the earth to where they can't see any light. And it's so much darkness being revealed and looked at to where they don't want to see no light. And that means no truth to any matter outside of what their dark mind thinking and feeling. Just imagine, Genesis 6 been here all these thousands of years. All these different denominations, all these pastors, these scholars, these teachers. How could they have missed the sons of Yah and fallen angels were in Genesis during the time, the flood? No, it was not. The Father wants y'all to know that y'all been lying from the beginning to the end. And that's why he suffered only his, that he teaches and he shows and mold the word in. This is how it's important for him to have his separate from yours. This is why he don't want his to be bombarded by all these people who scholars and science and all these people who think they the worldly degree and the worldly understanding that they can figure it out. No, you ain't figuring nothing out because you never figured it out that it didn't have to do with nothing in Genesis 6, had to do with the fallen angels. That's why in Matthew 24, Yeshua spoke nothing of giants back in the days of Noah, nor fallen angels. So how did you make that? How did that get in there? Now watch this. Now let's go to Luke 17. So as I begin to see Luke 17 in verse 26. In Luke 17 and verse 26, let's hear his side of it. Luke 17, verse 26, and it reads, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. And watch this, verse 27. They did eat, drink, they married wives, they were given in marriage. See, that's the key that the whole world missed. This is why he destroyed it. It's because the men were selling their babies, female children, off to men. And when the sons of Yah got a hold of it, then he knew, wait a minute, I got to end this stuff now. He knew right there, I got to stop this. Every imagination, he said, continue, evil and wicked. Who do you think he was talking about? Go back up to Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. Men that was born of the flesh. It wasn't even the daughters. It was the men that was born of the flesh. They had daughters that was of the flesh. And they were selling them because it wasn't a choice of the daughters. That's why you notice they don't have no connection to women, mothers, grandmothers. It was always, see, the Father has allowed women to stand down for a long time because man has tampered with the creation and the order since the beginning of time. When he created, he said it was them, him and her replenish the earth. Do this as them. Y'all do this as them. They took the them off, they took the her off, and they ruled the world under the him, and under the male, and used her under their feet. And sold her like cattle, and then tell you, what did the Bible say we can do? Didn't they do it? Didn't they do it? See, they went after the flesh again, just like in Genesis 6 and verse 1. The whole overall of the problem was found in verse 1. And when he saw the sons of Yah tamper with those children, he knew every imagination, Deborah, was wicked and evil. Why were the sons of Yah taking as many as their pleased? Because the flesh of man was selling their daughters off like cattle for the little of nothing. Totally against the kingdom of the heaven. Now watch this here. So when we get to Luke chapter 17 and verse 26, it reads, let's go to verse 27. They did eat, they drank. No, let's go back to 26. Luke chapter 17 and verse 26 and 27. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the day of the Son of Man. They did eat, they did drink, they married wives, they were given in marriage. These daughters were given to these men. Watch this here. Until the day of Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Where does it say, and the fallen angels got with the daughters? And the fallen angels, where does it say the giants? You're not going to find it anywhere in this book telling you that the day of Noah was detached to the fallen angels. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Now, I'm finna take you all the way there, okay? Because the Father wants you to understand what the bottomless pit is, and that nothing down low can come up high unless he sends the keys to bring that which is low up high. And he said it's a sad thing that Revelation has been there for many to at least consider it, but they didn't want to consider it because it would tell the true story. So I used to think they was just afraid of Revelation, but now I come to understand that it wasn't that they was afraid of it. They was afraid that the truth would get out. And that's just like those that are called the Israelites and the tribe of Judah. How the world is afraid that it might get out that you are the people. Well, let me explain something to you all. You are afraid of spirit and truth. You have been wrapped around the world and the way that they do things, not because the world have done something to you. The Father said that's a lie. Judah and Israel, he said you was like that even in your promised land. You was killing each other. The way that you're conducting yourself on this land of your captives and your oppressors is the way that he took you out of the promised land. And he said, ever since you've been on this land, you have always profaned his name, dishonor him, disrespect him. And then you're trying to find your way to the light. And you got your own set mind of how to get to the light. Now, here we read in Matthew's and in Luke, and I'm sure it's in Mark as well, and maybe even in John, their example of the day of Noah does not identify fallen angels, nor do it identify giants. Why? Because y'all missed it. The reason the day of Noah came forth, as Matthew's 24, chapter 24, and Luke chapter 17 explain verse 1. And y'all didn't want to accept that. Why? Because the serpent seed got away with it. Just as Adam got away with what he did in the garden. Same way when he ended the world and he given us an insight of what made him step into in it all. And it comes in Genesis chapter 1. And nobody wants to see it. In Genesis chapter 1, you can see the serpent seed. And that was the men selling their daughters. The flesh of men selling the flesh of their daughters. That's it. That's where the problem is at. And men sold off so you wouldn't be able to identify that it was them what caused the Father. The flesh of men, which is what? Genesis 3 and 15. The serpent seed that made him end, because he saw that his sons that he sent down to worship him got entangled with the ways of the flesh men and their daughters. Y'all have lied. So the Father want me to erase this whole idea of a fallen angels. Nobody cannot fall. No one has fallen. The devil came down like a flash. It wasn't that he just fell. In a sense, he kind of like falling, but he came down quick. But let's dig in. So how is it he's going to come down in a certain way, but the angels, the Father's just going to let the angels just fall down to the earth and do whatever they want and how they please, as if he don't have no power over the fallen angels. You all been lying on the Creator. And I can see Judah, Israel, I can see why the Father has destroyed a people from the beginning to the end. Even the captivity has not taught you anything. Nothing but to continue the ways that you have always been in the eyes of Yah. Now, the Father wants me to start with the bottomless pit in Revelation chapter 9. What the Father is about to do is teach you something you've been lying about, and he wants you to understand your lies have succeeded. Heavens already knew you were going to do it, because when he gave you everything a man desired, you still polluted the land that was holy. The richest land in the world. What can Yah offer you? He gave you a holy land. It was the richest land, floating with milk and honey. It was a land in which he promised. He gave it to you. And you did everything you're doing now. And you on these devil platforms acting like Satan, like you can only believe every book that's been taken out to justify, clarify, and identify his word. Yah's word is not in the books of all of these flesh men. I don't care if it's Enoch. I don't care what book it is. The word is in Yah. And they're not in the books. These books is for you to study. But when it get to the point where it's making you more stupid than wise in the spirit, then it shows has no purpose for you outside of wicked and evil. So he wants me to go to Revelation chapter 9. Now here we go. In Revelation chapter 9, and he wants me to go to verse 1. Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. And the fifth angel sound, and I saw a star fall from the heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. First and foremost, I want you to hear the fifth angel sounding, in a sense, warning that he's coming. And I saw a star, that was the angel that came down, fell from the heavens unto the earth. So, if I would stand back and let you stand forward, you would probably tell people that this angel, this fifth angel, is a fallen angel. You all out there will read this. Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. And the fifth angel sound, and I saw a star fall from heaven onto the earth. Show me in your study guide one verse where a fallen angel. Show me one. You're not going to, outside of Satan. Now listen to this. And to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. So this angel come down on a mission of the Most High Yah. To do what? To have the keys to the bottomless pit. Now let's go to verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Now, do that sound like an angel that has fallen? Or do that sound like an angel which could be one of the sons of Yah that came down to do the work of Yah on the earth? I know in your study, you would say it's a fallen angel. But I come to tell you, I realize ain't nobody lied to nobody. That's the truth of the whole matter. Even we as a people being over here, we can't even say nobody lied to us. Because Yah is a spirit. He never lies. So what part of us we're going to be able to stand before him and say, they lied to us about this. They lied to us about this. They lied. The Father want me to tell you, you's the liar. You just never owned up to it. Even when you was in the promised land, you were lying. So here, I want to take you to 9. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 10 and 11. In Revelation chapter 9, verse 10 and 11. Now, we just read Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1, where the Father's Son, another of his servant, to come down to do what? With the keys to do what? To open up the pit. Do y'all understand what's coming up out of that pit? The judgment of the Most High God. He got his judgment. Let me show you why y'all lying on the Creator. He said, see, Deborah, I'm coming from underneath They hooping and hollering on all these YouTube, Facebook, Patriot, all over the world about fallen angels. They talking about fallen angels because Satan seeds. That's them. That's Satan's seed out here talking about fallen angels. I ain't got no fallen angels coming down, Deborah, during the time in Revelation telling you you all are in the time of tribulation. You're in the time of judgment. My wrath is on the earth. Everything I'm doing, I'm coming from the bottomless pit to bring the judgment onto the earth. When you hear them talking about fallen angels, those are those who are of the seed of Satan, wanted to trap the mass of the world to believe the fallen angel got power and authority to come from above and come down as giants, as aliens, as everything that the world is selling off to their sick mind. Why? Because I am on the scene coming from the bottomless pit. What does it look like? I'm coming from the bottomless pit, Deborah, allowing Satan to come from above with his angels. The Father just showing y'all done lied on him for so long to where I can understand why Babylon coming down and every spirit that's on this earth that is born of the flesh, Satan's seed, is already written to go into the lake of hell. I just thank him for already having things sealed in the heaven before it is even on the earth. Because you ought to line up and down. So what he wanted me to do is show you in Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. And what is actually taking place? He was showing you how these locusts, I believe they are, coming from the bottomless pit with the power he has given them to go up against who? Only those men who have not the seal of the Most High Yah. And who are those men? The same way, the same ones that has been y'all pastors, y'all priests, y'all bishops, y'all apostles, y'all pastors, y'all Maureen, y'all seers, line from line, taking the war somewhere else. Instead of you looking at Revelation, telling you in tribulation, you in judgment, he got his wrath on the earth and his fire is kindled, and we over here talking about the fallen angels got all this power. That's how the serpent seed has sold the whole world out. Got them talking about aliens, giants, fallen angels. It's to throw you off from what Yah is doing in this end days. Praise the mighty Yah. Y'all been deceived by the level of a trillion. That doesn't make any sense. So he said, why I'm showing them where they're at today. They over here making their own theory. They're talking about giants, fallen angels, all of this stuff going on. And I'm over here working the work. These people are the seeds of Satan. And they have the right to rumble the way that they are rumbled. Because that's why, Deborah, I had my angels to seal minds. See, you thought I was having them to seal them. It's because they were the one that I was pulling out. I needed them sealed because of what? The serpent seeds are on the earth doing. Lying, deceiving. The world has been given the ability to do a lot of things. They're connecting animal with human. But the Father wants you to know, you keep your eyes where it's at. Go on with your aliens and your fallen angels, because they're going to take a great number out, and they're going to have that reason to do it. So it's out to deceive you all. And I've given them the okay. So he's showing me in Revelation chapter 9, verse 1, how the angel was sent down with the keys to open up the bottomless pit for what? The locusts. So they can go out and do what? There it go. This is the judgment, and tribulation is also in it. And while he's showing you what he's doing in the end days, Satan got y'all thinking all this stuff that ain't even true. And that's where you see all these people on the devil platform lying on the Most High Yah. So now he wants me to take you to Revelation 9, verse 10. What's going on with Revelation 9, Father, in verse 10? Revelation 9 and verse 10 said, and they had tails like a scorpion, and they were sting. Their sting is their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Okay, verse 11. And they had a king over them. So these here scorpions had someone leading them, a king. Now watch this here. In verse 11, Revelation 9 and verse 11. And they had a king over them, which is an angel. Where's that angel coming from? Of the bottomless pit. Why is it y'all talking about an angel falling this way when y'all is bringing them up this way? Because y'all are the serpent seed that's teaching this trash. So I'm glad the Father revealed it to me. Let's go to Revelation chapter 11. Here we go in Revelation chapter 11. In verse 7. And here we go. And when they have finished, Revelation chapter 11 and verse 7, and when they have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and they shall overcome them and kill them. Now, these are the two witnesses that had all this great power. But the Father also had a beast out of that had ascended out of the bottomless pit to take the two witnesses out. Y'all don't get it, do you? You don't even get my Father. You don't see his power, do you? You don't see what he's doing, do you? Everything he's doing, you guys, is coming from underneath. The devil sees or trying to manipulate you all that they're coming from above. How can they have the power from above? They can't. They can't. That's what you all think. That's the way y'all want to take this thing. And the sad part is it, now one of you would do your study and see that you've been lied to, and you are the liar all this time. Y'all would stick with what you've been taught, because now one would admit that they on a total different road that don't have nothing to do with the Creator. So what the Father was showing me in Revelation 11 in verse 7. Revelation 11 and verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, these are the two witnesses that the Father had sent down, okay? And they had power to shut the heaven, that it wouldn't rain, and they had power over, power over water to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues. That was in verse 6. But the Father wants you to really focus on something, and that's verse 7. In verse 7, it says, Revelation 11 and verse 7, and when they had finished their testimony, the two witnesses that the Father sent down, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against the two witnesses and shall overcome them and kill them. Who's going to do that? Whomever the Father is bringing out of the bottomless pit. So how is the Father on this side working from the bottom, and you all got your tails from the top, talking about giants and fallen angels? And wait a minute, baby. No one came down, shot down like a lightning, but Satan. We're going to cover that. You all just been lying. Because the world lies to you, you lies to the world, and y'all both are content with lies. And it's okay, said the Most High Yah. Revelation 17. So when I get to Revelation 17 and verse 7 and 8, Revelation 17 and verse 7 and 8. Verse 7 says, and the angel said unto me, wherefore did it thy marvel? He's talking to John. Why did he marvel? And I will tell you, this is what the angel said to John, I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which have the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Now watch this here. Verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the Lamb book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and is yet is and yet is. Where's the beast coming from? The bottomless pit. Where are y'all talking about the angels and all this stuff falling from? Giants and all this stuff that's going on. It's because the world have fed you the food for your flesh for so long, you won't have it no other way. That's why he won't give you spirit and truth, because all you want is flesh, food for the flesh. And what is one of the number one food for the flesh? Lies. Okay? So now he wants me to go to Revelation chapter 20. In Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1 through 3. In Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 through 3. And it says, I saw an angel come down from heaven having the keys to the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. It's telling you, this here angel that's coming down, he's coming down with the keys to go where? To open up the bottomless pit. Why? Because Yah has the keys to the bottomless pit, and he sends the angels down to open it up to do what he tells them to do. And what did they do? Verse 2. And he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Now look what he did. Yah took one angel, and he gave him one key, and he gave him one chain, and he chained up the one that have deceived the whole world by himself. So you see the power that you all have given Satan? For it don't take all of that to bind Satan up. Satan has the power you have given him. He knows he has no power. It took one angel to chain his tail up, and what else? In verse 3, and cast him into the what? The bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, and he that he shall not deceive the nation no more until 1,000 years shall be filled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. Now, listen to how the Father did this. He gave a key to an angel. The angel came down with a chain and a seal to take Satan, who deceived the world, and bound him up 1,000 years. One angel took that. One angel had a chain. One angel had a key. One angel had a seal. So how is it that angel came from Yah to take a hold of Satan from the earth and put him back into the bottomless pit and just for 1,000 years? And y'all hooping and hollering down here about all these giants and all these aliens and all these fallen angels. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, and the sad part about it that I hate that it's like this: the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah are the biggest liars of them all. You all are the biggest liar in your newfound awakening. It is a sad thing that nobody deceived you. The Father said, how could they deceive you when I put you where you at? And I didn't tell you because I didn't tell Abraham, and they gonna deceive them. And they gonna keep this from them. I didn't tell Abraham that. And I didn't tell you. So where did y'all get that from? Lies. Because a lot of the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah don't understand. You too come down as the serpent seed. A lot of you. That's why the small remnant is going to be small, and it's going to be also small, because if you can't see what Judah is doing to its whole nation, its own tribe, destroying your whole tribe, and y'all don't have no problem with it. Look how y'all clowning all on nationwide television to the world. And look how the Father is allowing all your darkness to come out and be revealed and to be judged. Where? On this earth. So you think you're coming out of here? Come on now. Talk to me. If you can't see your nation, your tribe, Judah, on nationwide TV, about to get judged, I don't know what's wrong with them. And those who think they know the word don't even understand. Ain't no fallen angels. There's no giants. We have some people that's 6'7", 7 foot something. But y'all said, where are they getting that stuff from? The world is still your idol, Yah. Not Yah. The world is your idol, God. You're idling these people in what they're saying. And he said, let them alone. Now, tell them, even Satan going to the bottomless pit, and I'm sending an angel down to take him. Did y'all notice that? Or did y'all think that's a fallen angel come down to take and chain Satan and put him in a pit? The Father said, why ain't y'all saying nothing about that? Nobody is saying the truth of the whole matter. So when you get to Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Where is that? The bottomless pit. So you all do not understand. The Father is not allowing wicked and evil to reign on the earth from the heavens. He's bringing the judgment and the chastising, the discipline, and the tribulation. The plagues are coming from underneath. And you all got it all backwards. Fallen angels is not the plague and never was. How many plagues did he give Pharaoh? And which one was fallen angels? Which one were giants? Which one were aliens? Said the Most High Yah. See, I didn't come up with that one. See how he gave me that? Why are you making today? It's because everybody really can identify which seed they represent. Meaning, if you want to take it out of the seed, or you're born of the flesh, or born of the spirit. You should be able to know now how you've been deceiving the people based on the flesh or based on the spirit. So the Father say, here I am in Revelation, Deborah, telling how I'm bringing the judgment, the chastising. He said, if you go back to, let me see here, Revelation chapter 6. He said, when you go to Revelation chapter 6, and they don't see where everything that I'm allowing as a judgment on the earth, it's letting you know the red horse, the black, the white, I'm sending that down. I'm doing that. But they won't give the spirit and truth of the whole matter. Instead, they want to call everything fallen angels, giants, aliens. The world got you bent up and they got you bent down, and you will never, never find yourself being nothing but a clown, because that's all you represented, the circus. Okay, so now he wants me to go to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12. Let's see what's in here. He said everything he's telling them what he's doing from the heaven. And the judgment and the chastising and the discipline, and not the discipline, the judgment, the tribulation, and the Euphrates River. What's coming up out of that? Huh? Ain't something coming up out the ground there? I think it's the Euphrates River. Didn't he say he's bringing up something up out of that? So how is it you calling angels down and I'm calling them up? It don't make sense. I'm calling them, the wicked ones, up to do my judgment, to do my tribulation. And y'all calling them down. Y'all can't call nothing down that I don't sin. Ain't no fallen angels have the power to come down nowhere. Ain't no giants have the power to become giants and come out and be giants on the earth. Work, he said this here. Show him a scripture that tells you in the whole Revelation that giants coming. Show him a scripture that tells you anywhere in your book that in the end days, fallen angels coming and giants. You're not going to find it. It's just a lie of the world. It's a lie that Satan's seeds have sown you all. Okay? So in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7, what is going on? Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. And it reads, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. And the dragon fought and his angels. Now watch this here, y'all. And prevailed not. Neither were their place found any more in the heavens. So you all tell me, where in the ranks behind are the fallen angels coming down from? He's letting you know the ones that were put out, okay? You got to understand they took on the choice, okay? They took on the choice. Now listen to what it says. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. Now watch this. And prevailed not, neither were their place found any more in heaven. So what in the ranks behind are the fallen angels falling from? Can somebody answer that? I know you can find a lost book, right? Y'all over in Revelation throwing up and throwing down, and y'all missing what's happening before it's over. And y'all over here talking about this. So y'all found all, you know what? I don't need nobody to show me where people put it. I'm gonna keep my comment out. It's vain and it's facts. It's worthless. Because the Father is sitting here telling me, Deborah, you see, my judgment, my tribulation, and everything that I'm using that I put down underneath the earth in the bottomless pit, I'm bringing up to judge the world. And they sitting here talking about fallen angels, aliens, giants. Where are these things coming from? Okay, now watch this. Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. Verse 8. And prevailed not, neither were their place found any more in heaven. Who are they? The angels that took on the connection with Satan. Hear me out. Verse 9. The great dragon was cast out. That old serpent called the devil. He's called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. They were cast out with him. You see that? Now, when you see that they were cast out with him, it says he was cast out into the earth. Into the earth. And his angels were cast out with him. Right? Now watch this. Let's go. Oh, I got to go to. And I heard a loud voice from heaven says, salvation has come, the kingdom of heavens and the power. Oh, I get to that. Let's finish that. And then I'm gonna give you an outlook of exactly what happened. Okay. Now the angels were cast out with him. Verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation, strength, and the kingdom of Yah, and the power of his Christ. See how the power of his Christ is his right hand. For the accuser of the brethren is cast down, which accused them before Yah day and night. Now, we ain't done yet. Now, just go to the book of Jude. The book of Jude. Let's go to the book of Jude, chapter 1. The book of Jude, chapter 1, and verse 5 and 6. The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 5 and 6. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how the Lord, which Yah have saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterwards destroyed them that believe not. That example is showing you that even after he saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterwards destroyed them that did not believe. See, y'all thinking that you're coming in because you're a nationality. You're trying to come into the kingdom, not even participating in any way. But you just think because you're a nationality that you're going to walk up in there. He letting you know. Back in that day, I saved them out of Egypt. But afterward, I destroyed them that did not believe. Y'all got some issues. Some real serious issues. Wait a minute, hold up. Listen to this. Verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate, these are the angels that kicked out, but left their own habitation, he has reserved in everlasting chain under darkness until the judgment of the great day. These angels are underneath the bottomless pit until what? Yah used them for the day of judgment, of his judgment. And that's what he's been doing. That's what he's been doing. And you all missing everything that's happening in the world. You all are missing a lot of plagues. You all are missing a lot of judgment of the Most High God. You all are missing a lot of wrath of the Most High God because you're over here on this end hooping and hollering about fallen angels, giants. And you did not hear Yeshua mention not nan time. The days of Noah had fallen angels. The days of Noah had giants. Y'all been lied to, and you're just full of lies. And it's amazing how Google connect the sons of Yah as fallen angels. Oh, that's powerful for me. Because I cannot believe that all the books connected and told us the lie, and we believed them. Now, notice here in Jude, chapter 1 and verse 6, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own inhabitant. These are the fallen angels. These are the what you would want to call fallen. They ain't fall. They didn't fall. Watch where they at. Who left that not, who kept not their first estate, but left their own inhabitant. See, it was like a choice. They chose to follow Satan. But what happened, he reserved them in the everlasting chains under darkness until the day, until the judgment of the great day. And what you all do not understand, the great day is representing all the time of the judgment and the tribulation and the wrath of Yah in the end days. And they are taking place, and we're focusing on all the things that man has filled our minds, our hearts with, and we cannot even see the righteous will of a creator because we have believed the unrighteous will of the seeds of Satan. It ain't that Satan has the power. Satan only have what you are willing to give him. And your sense here has given him great power and authority that he never had. That's why I just took one angel with one chain, with one seal, to take him down to the bottomless pit for 1,000 years. And we up here giving him all this. Oh, he got so many fallen angels. Oh, Satan got giants. We have made him beyond Yah and can't even see what we done. That's what we did, y'all. The angels end up in the uttermost dark, under the darkness, in the chain, under the darkness, until the day, until the judgment of the great day. Why? Because we're going through that now. Is it Euphrates River was going to dry up? What did he say coming up from out of there? You see? Do you really think that those are Satan? No. These are still Yah. Remember the angels he sent down several times? They had what? The key. So what? These are the same ones that was locked up. Because the angels that he sent down to open up the bottomless pit, they had the keys. And the same a beast that came up killed the two witnesses that the Father sent on the earth. Who did he use to destroy them? Something out of the bottomless pit. The bottomless pit is doing the judgment of the Most High Yah according to the Yah's will. Let me explain to y'all. Let me take you. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7. Let me give you a little clip. In Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of the prison, and shall go out to deceive the nation which are in the four corners of the earth, Magog, God and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Satan been bound for 1,000 years. This is what is going to happen. He's not bound yet, but he's going to have to go down for 1,000 years. After the 1,000 years up, he's going to come up to do one thing for the will of the Father. Ain't that deep? What is he going to do? The Father is sending him on the mission to deceive God and Magog. Okay? And gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Satan got to get them to come to the battlefield so Yah can destroy them. See how Yah is in full control even of Satan. Satan already know when I come up out of the bottomless pit after being chained down 1,000 years, I get to come back to deceive God and Magog just to bring them to the battlefield so Yah can destroy them. And then Satan gets to go back now to the lake of fire. So he just come up to do the judgment of the Most High Yah. What do you mean, Deborah? What are you saying? Satan comes up after 1,000 years to do the judgment of the Most High Yah on God and Magog. And then he goes back to the lake of fire for eternal. Look how simple that is. You see the control of the one that everybody wants to really think he got power, and he really don't. He's going to be so happy after 1,000 years to be unchained. And when he's unchained, he's already going to enter into the mission of the will of the Father by saying, okay, what do I do now? Go to God and Magog and deceive them to come to the battlefield. That's it. And after that's done, I'm chaining. It's down to the lake. You in. Your end is right there. Satan don't have no problem with that. The false prophet didn't have no problem going to the lake of fire. The false prophet didn't have no problem. The Antichrist didn't have no problem. Just read Revelation 19. In Revelation 19 and verse 20, and the beast was taken with him and the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast and them that worship his image. But both were cast alive in the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Y'all messed up from the floor up. Y'all over here on left field talking about giants, aliens, okay? Fallen angels. Y'all, the only reason why y'all talking about that is because you are the seed. You are the seed of the serpent and don't know it. Because while you talking about all of that, y'all is over here going up and down the earth with his judgment, his wrath, his tribulation has started, and his fire is kindled. And we over here, now I ain't gonna say we, they are over here on the left hand side doing everything the world and believing everything the world is feeding them. The world is feeding you all about aliens and fallen angels, because those are the things they're going to use to justify, clarify, and identify all the wicked and evil they're going to be doing. They're going to blame it on all the aliens took them away. You see? All the fallen angels did it. Because they didn't fed you enough of the fallen angels, the giants, and aliens enough to know they can do whatever they want on this earth. All they have to do is blame it on those three. And the Father on this end said, Deborah, I'm sitting here doing one thing, and they over here hooping and hollering like Satan and the fallen angels and giants and aliens got the power over me. Y'all low as low can be. when you have put your mindset that low to believe that the world is telling you the truth. But Yah is speaking his word, but he's the lie. But the world is the truth. Go back to Genesis 6 and see that y'all been lying. Ain't no fallen angels. The giants didn't have nothing to do with the sin that was going on in the world. See, what they didn't know, this is what they didn't understand. This is what a lot of them didn't understand. When he said, and the daughters of the men went into the daughters of the flesh, and they became mighty men. These men were mighty because of the sons of Yah. Just like I am. I'm a son of Yah. I'm sharp as a whip. You see what I'm saying? That's how these men had the daughters. And they became mighty. Y'all don't understand what the mighty is. Y'all is not giving the mighty to Satan. He's letting you know, when my sons of Yah came into the daughters of men, they birthed mighty men of renown. He's not giving it to the giants. Can't no giant penetrate those babies these men were having. They can't. Giants can't have babies by a woman. They have children by their own. But that shows you how demonic our men minds are. Their minds takes them as far as wicked can go. And that's why in Genesis 6 and verse 5, it says, and their imagination was wicked and evil continually. That means nonstop, 24/24. They sin and they wicked and they evil go that high. And that's how it is today. That's how it is today. So all of this about fallen angels, you messed up from the floor up. The saddest part, I think, in it all, you guys, and I want to end this right here. Oh, no, I got one more. Peter, 2 Peter. The saddest thing is about it is Genesis 3 and 15. That's it right there. Genesis 3 and 15, he already told the serpent, Satan. He said, you're going to have your seeds, and I'm going to have mine. And I'm going to. See, y'all didn't know when he was the sower sowing the seed. That's why the seed was went into the wrong places. Those were for Satan's seed. And the seed that went into the soil was the spiritual seed. I know they told you only Yeshua was the seed. That's a lie from the pit of hell. He was telling that at the beginning of creation, so you will know that I'm going to have my seed and you're going to have yours. I'm going to hate your seed and you're going to hate mine. Yeshua didn't come here hating nobody. Nobody. He was coming to die for everybody. So we can't say that it was talking about Yeshua in a sense of Yeshua and Yeshua only. See, y'all got that all messed up. Now, 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 4. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 4. Where are we going with this? 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 4. And it reads, for if Yah spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and deliver them unto the chain of darkness to be preserved until judgment. You see, you all don't understand when he's sending them to the bottomless pit. Everything he created, Proverbs 16 and verse 4, I created evil and wicked for the days of evil and wicked. Proverbs 16 and verse 4. We don't understand the power in my most high Yah. And that's between me and him as far as how I feel about that, because I see now how he said he had pity on his name, because he created the whole everything, and everything deny him, and would get on this the devil platform as if they really represented him, and they do not represent him. And this gonna sum this up when you get to Genesis chapter 3. This is at the beginning. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15. It was him trying to get the light, those who are in the light, to understand what he informed Satan of. And it says, and I will put intimacy mean hate, between. So I will put hate between thee and the woman. That means the woman gonna hate wicked and evil, and Satan gonna hate righteous. Okay? So that's why he put intimacy between. So they won't have nothing in common in but he put intimacy there. And between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So right there, he's telling Satan, you didn't win, Adam and Eve. And Satan said, I already know I didn't. You gave them to me. See, that's what y'all didn't understand. How did, Deborah, why would you say that y'all gave Satan Adam and Eve? Because y'all the one put the tree there. He didn't have to put it there. So he put it in there so they can get it. Because he already knew from heaven they was already written in the books to the lake of hell. So let me give you two up front. Okay? That's what he was doing. And that's what y'all do not understand. That's why it's no such thing as Satan having the power to have fallen angels. Where are they falling from? Where are they falling from? And when he says, we fight not against flesh and blood, but principality in high places. The high places don't mean heaven, you guys. High places is meaning the high level of positions in the world. That's the high places. When you speak of elites and the synagogue of Satan, and these are high places. And it's not that we're fighting against them. We're fighting against the spirit in whom they serve. See, the war ain't never been flesh on flesh. It's been spirit against their spirit. But the flesh of their spirit and the spirit of their flesh, because they live by their flesh, so they're born of the flesh. And then those who live by the spirit, then they are born of the spirit. So you're fighting against not the flesh and blood, but we all have spirits. We are either the seed of the serpent or the seed of Yah. So we're fighting the seed of Yah or the seed of the serpent. So when he say we fight not against flesh and blood, but principalities in high places. He don't mean in high, in the air, in the sky. He mean in high position of Satan chosen ones that he has. Because he knew in Genesis 3 and 15 that he have already told Satan he's going to give him his seeds and I'm going to have mine. But I'm going to put something between the both. Mine ain't going to like yours and yours ain't going to like mine. So what happened? In Genesis 6, Satan's seed, which were the men, took their daughters, which were seeds of the men, and they deceive the sons of Yah to be involved. And they capture them by their fair look. And they saw what the sons of men were doing, and they start to take on the same trait. And that's why it had to end. Why? Because it's coming out of the realm of Genesis 3 and 15. Wait a minute, hold up. Mine isn't stepped out of boundary. I got to clear this mess up. Now, y'all know what he doing. Y'all clowning out there. So I, Sister Deborah, hope that that is a wonderful message for many of you all out there. You need to stop lying. Y'all coming from the pit for to bring judgment. That's why he said he saved them for the day of judgment. They're going to be judged. They already judged. So he ain't talking about judge as far as coming before the throne. They're going straight to the pit. He talking about he's going to use them to judge. And that's what he do. He keeps sending the angels to unlock the pit, to bring them up. He even used the angel he even used one from the bottomless pit to kill the two prophets that he sent. He didn't call no angels from heaven. He didn't use his right hand. He called what's in the pit to come up to do the work. Hey, bring them scorpions up. I need you to take sting these men for 5 months. He brought them from the pit. So y'all need to get y'all tails together and stop lying on the Creator. So I, Sister Deborah, say I hope you got something out of it. Even if you didn't, it wasn't for you. Shalom and shalom.